Okay, let's start off using algebra. And what do I notice about this over here? I notice that, y equals x squared minus x minus 2, and y also equals 2x plus 2, so they should be identical. Question is, where are they identical? Well, let's figure this out. You get x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. I'm going to try to factor that, and you get x and x. Looks like 4 and 1. Minus 4 plus 1. Does that work? You get x squared. You do get minus 3x, and you do get minus 4. So x would be minus 1, and the other answer would be x equals 4. So I'll put down the 2 points of intersection now. What are they going to be? One of the points would be at minus 1. I'm going to use this equation to figure out what the y-coordinate is, and that would be, minus 2 plus 2, which would be 0. And the other point of intersection would be when x is 4. And what do you get there? Well, 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 plus 2 is 10. All right? What else they asked me to do? They asked me to graph it. And certainly, graphing is sort of unpleasant, but I guess you could graph this thing out. All right? I'll put a graph over here. And what do I know about the graph? I know there's a line in a parabola. All right? So I'm looking at this parabola over here. And I'm looking at this line over here. What's easier for me to graph? Probably the line. And what do you get? When x is 0, y would be 2. Let's get a rough graph over here. And then, when the y is 0, the x would be minus 1. So I'm going to say it's a line that looks like this over here. All right, I realize the parabolas might cause some trouble over here, but let's write this down. So y equals, you get x, looks like 2 and 1. And what do you get there? I guess you'd get minus 2 plus 1. Let's just check it out. You do get x squared. You get minus x minus 2. So I got a y-intercept, an x-intercept at minus 1. I do see that. And then another one at 2. And I'll put this over here. I get a y-intercept minus 2 over here somewhere. And then I get a parabola that looks sort of like this over here. Sort of like that, all right? Point of intersection, I do see that. This point over here is actually 4, 10. Let's look at the graph they constructed. I'm sure it's better than what I just did over here. Very similar, but it's more accurately drawn, indicating the points of intersection with the numbers written down for you. And that concludes it. And I know it's a tough thing to go through a review, but you want to do as much review as possible for exams. Thank you.